Hey, good morning guys. Sorry, I was stood there with the security guard at the Amari Hotel. Yeah, so people were asking, can we see the new beach at Jomtien? And if you're not aware, what they did in Pattaya a few years back, they've started doing the same in Jomtien. They've started right at the bottom end, and it is, yeah, it's impressive. It's going to change Jomtien. I still think they need to do something with the road there, but we can talk about that when we head over. So if you're interested in Jomtien, that will be in the last part of the video. It won't be a long video today. Let's hit the road. So that's us over at Jomtien, and if you don't know where I am, I'm at Rompho Market. I'm not on the main kind of road through it, but I'm on the one at the side of it. But this place is, it was devastated before, it's totally devastated now, although down here at the bottom there are like 3 or 4 bars and they're still very popular. So don't let it slip off the radar. They said the landlord told them they all had to be out last April or the April before. But then whatever he had planned never happened. We just passed Oregano restaurant, very, very good. Inexpensive Italian restaurant. So well worth a visit. I'll come and try and do a food review there in the future. So these bars down at this end, Mahoney's, I don't know the names of all the bars here, to be perfectly honest. Ray Bar, Monta Burger and Star Bar, they are all open. And the market here is still busy. And if you've never been across here, there is a Kiss Food just along there, just along to the right there, at the bottom. Exactly the same as the ones in Pattaya. Morning. He doesn't recognise me on my bike, but when I'm walking the dog he normally comes over and says hello to me. And I've got my mask up as well. Okay, so we're in Soy 7, and it was only a few weeks ago all these bars were completely closed. This is daytime, it's not night time, but this is quite a busy Soy at night, and there's a bit of nightlife here. It's more a community feel. The tourists that come here tend to be longer term, and they, you know, or if they're coming back here as returning tourists, they know all the bar owners, and they kind of come back every year. Emily's restaurant on our left. I did a food review in there maybe about 5 or 6 weeks ago. So the sun's right ahead of us, so I'll turn you over. Let me get my fat belly out of the picture. I'll turn you over at the right so you've got a view over at the beach. this weekend it's World Jet Ski Competitions. There you go. You can have a world event, but you can't have a beer with your meal after 9. Morning. So, I'm going to touch on these ATK tests again, right? And there's a lot of the restaurant owners, especially, saying, "Oh well, it's to protect you, it's to protect the staff." If that was the case, if an ATK test was all it was needed to detect whether you're potentially sick or not, why don't they just give everyone that arrives at the airport an ATK test and that's it, it's done with? And the reason they don't is it doesn't work. It misses most of the cases, it gives false negatives. God, they've got you guys jumping through hoops to come back here. You've got to have a test before you get on the plane, you've got to have a test when you get off the plane, then you've got to go into quarantine, and then you've got to do another test, and then you've got to wait another 3 days, and then they'll let you out. But it's okay in Pattaya, you're safe, because some waitress stuck a cotton bud up your nostril and looked at a little line and went, "Yeah, you're okay." You can see why it just kind of flabbergasts me. Wait. They're not very good at using lights here. You would have thought, given that he'd just gone past me, he would have known I was there. Sorry, crab. He's one of these guys that walks about. You might not see him if he's been off camera. I said hello to him. He's not the full shilling. He's sandwich short of a picnic. But he's a harmless, lovely guy. If my missus comes out, she always thinks he's following her, and he probably is. But as I say, he's a nice enough guy. Yeah, so for me, these ATK tests are just the government's way of making life more awkward. That's all that they're about. Look at the sea out there this morning. It is like a mirror. We'll just get ahead of this traffic. Yeah, it's quite high tide just now. So over at my right, there's maybe about 5 or 6 meters of sand at high tide. It's fairly narrow. And what they've done is, starting down beside Poop Hen seafood restaurant at the southern end, is they've started to extend the beach outwards. So what at high tide down there would normally be no beach whatsoever, the water come right into the wall, is now much larger. You'll see when we get there. And there's a fish market down here, normally about 6:30 in the morning, and they've got all these motors that pull the boats into the shore. We're probably a bit late now, there might be some remnants of it there. It's also at Chayapruk. So this is the market over here on the right hand side. There's nothing there now, we're too late. But if you're wanting crab and shrimp and that, and you're about 6:30 in the morning, just come down. It's not a big market. I think it is just the wives of the owners of the boats. Set up and just try and sell what their catch of the day is. So don't know if you can quite see, but over on the right there is a boat coming in just now. That'll be one of these little boats that you see with the green lights on it at night. Then once they get close to the shore, they get hooked up to a motor that pulls them right in. There's the motors there on the right. Yeah, so there is still some sails on the go there just now. So here you start to see the reclamation that's on the go. You can see the big pile of sand over on the right hand side. And there's barges out in the water there, ferrying the sand in. They've covered all this bit up because it's work in progress, but a few hundred meters down, this screening disappears and you can see a I'm not going to say the end effect, because I'm sure there's other plants and things got to be done, but you can see the size the beach is going to be. So there's the end of the screening. Yeah, get over here at the right hand side where the road's a bit wider. Yeah, so that's us looking down at Bangsaray Beach off in the distance there. It's quite a hazy day, and over here you've got this new beach that they've made. I mean, I don't know if you see the guy over there on the sand somewhere. Anyway, that guy over there, he's a good 150 meters away from me. So it gives you an idea of what they're doing down here at the beach. So I don't know how many millions of tons of sand they've put in here to build this up. I'm not really sure how it's going to fare, because like Pattaya, it's more of a bay shape, where here it's not so curved in, you know. So I'm sure with the tides there's got to be a fair bit of erosion. As you can see, lots of cyclists use this road here. And just so you get our bearings, over there on the left, that's Reflections. Okay, I won't go all the way to the very end. You can see it's pretty much just the sand there on the right hand side. So what I'll do is I'll turn round, head back into Jomtien and back up into Pratumnak. I'll speed up or cut out bits where there's nothing of any interest to show you. Been a few people asking about the camera that I use. It's called a DJI Pocket 2. And it's called the Creator Combo one, which it means it's got Wi-Fi built into it, and it connects to my mic when I remember to turn it on. And it also connects to my phone, so I can see what you're seeing. It's not always perfect because when you go over a bump, the screen on the phone swirls round. It's trying to work out which way up it is. I don't think that's a camera issue, it's more a phone issue. I know most people nowadays they use their phone for their videos, and it is easy. You just take a little video and post it. But if you're serious about doing your video stuff, and when I say serious, I mean relatively serious. Hello there, son. If you're wanting to go on your holidays and come back with some nice footage, the Pocket 2, it really does just fit in your pocket. If you're not shooting in 4K, your battery, I don't know, you get maybe a couple of hours out of it. And I find it nice to work with. It took a little bit getting used to at the beginning. Just now it's strapped to my wrist, and you won't believe it. It bounces about every time I hit a bump. But when you review the footage, you can barely see anything. Even like a speed bump doesn't really show up as such. Disadvantages: it doesn't light water. I mean, if it rains or it looks like it's going to rain, the camera stays in my pocket in its little holder. Me personally, bars reopen, nightlife reopens. It's not going to change what I do here. I think there's a few of the current YouTubers are people who either run bars or are associated with bars, and they're doing it to generate other incomes, or maybe promote the business that they're working for, things like that. Myself, I do it because I enjoy it. I don't know if you've noticed, but 6 weeks ago I barely talked to you. Now it's like I've taken an ecstasy tablet, and I haven't, trust me. Never in my life. Yeah, so as I was saying, bars reopening here, what have you. It will change what I do, but it won't dramatically change. Me and the missus like to go out, especially at a weekend, get a game of pool, go for a couple of drinks somewhere. But I will still put out a lot of content, keep you updated. I think my biggest worry is, when the traffic increases in town, they need to sort out Soy Bucow. It's getting a bit dangerous just now. Between street vendors, no pavements, people having to walk on the roads, people just stopping wherever they want, not even attempting to pull over. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Now, before the gyms reopened, you would come here in the morning and there would be hundreds of girls exercising. I mean, hundreds. And I think it was all all the go-go girls. They were all in good shape, you know, and yeah, the kind of thing that you come to Thailand for. But as soon as the gyms reopened, they disappeared. So I can only presume, because I'm not a gym type of guy, that they've headed back to the gyms, and that's where they all are. They just park these, they're right out in the middle of the road. And there'll be police here, but they don't give a So it's the WGP #1 Water Jet World Cup, 12th to the 16th of January. So our little dog, he's going to get a shower. Once he's had his walk and his breakfast this morning, he'll be getting a shower and a blow dry. A friend who's got a hotel in Pratamnak. She's wanting to use him. It's a pet-friendly hotel, so she's wanting to use him for a photo shoot. Years ago, I used to have a German Shepherd, and I loved it a bit, but the character in this little guy that I've got now, he is fantastic. He's moody, he's grumpy, he's happy. He's just like a little person. And yeah, he's got a lovely nature. This is up beside Akvavit. Pulled into Dongtan Beach. Morning, ladies. It's where I park with Friday, so I'm going to take this walk. Okay, I will say my goodbyes here. I said to you it wasn't going to be a long video. and if I leave everything in, it'll be huge. So I'll try and edit it down and make it a watchable size. So thanks for joining me once again. Wherever you are in the world, be safe, take care, and we'll see you next time when I'm out riding about. If you haven't done so already, maybe give the video a little like or a subscribe, whatever takes your fancy. If you don't want to see them again, no problem, just leave a troll-like comment underneath, and I assure you, you won't see any more. Okay, thanks guys, take care, be safe, and we're back for now.